think the European Union is doing a lot to support democracy and human rights around the world.
I'm being told we have to leave it here, but I do want to take a final quick word. It's a good discussion, that's why we've gone a little bit longer, but let's do it.
Someone asked, what is the time schedule for Europe to beat Russia? The time schedule is now. We're doing it now because we know that Russia is using its propaganda, and it's a battle for people's minds. So we have to understand that we cannot time any longer. And about United Nations, Europe is a democratic organization. I believe it is okay sometimes when we have different opinions, but it is at utmost important that on main strategies, on our main priorities, we can stay united and we can show it with Ukraine. I remember all over the last UCOs when leaders meet at the European Committee, we always speak about Ukraine, how we can help Ukraine, how we can beat Russia. So it is on our agenda, but probably what we need a new strategy because we have made some of our decisions. But what we need to do next, it's next steps how we beat Russia even more. So I don't agree with you that democratic states lose their power. This is just what propaganda wants us to think, that we lose, but we are not losing. We're still winning.
Thank you for that. Very brief.
There is no question that the reason we have been able to react so strongly and quickly against the war in Ukraine was the fact that we were able to unite in an unprecedented speed, both when it comes to sanctions and support for Ukraine. And of course, that also means that there are forces within the European Union and outside the European Union to really try to erode that unity. And we have to be very aware of these threats, both, not at least, when it comes to the election in the European Parliament. I mean, it's rather obvious that Russia will be spreading disinformation and being very active to persuade our citizens to vote for parties that are not so interested in having a well-functioning and strong European Union. And of course also to take the debate every day with those parties and those political powers that want to erode this unity. And one thing that the next Commission, I hope, will be working with is to have a stronger regulation when it comes to our big tech companies, our social media, because we do know that those algorithms do amplify messages with hate, division, anger, fear more than other messages. And this is really bad for our democracy and our unity. So that's something for the next Commission to continue to work to regulate big tech companies.
Well, thank you so much for that. We have reached the end of the session. I want to thank the four of you for taking the time and taking all these questions. The questions from the audience, it was a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's always the same asking for more.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain seated. The main program will continue with the final session of this year's Munich Security Conference.